I think he's just a little scared, that's all. Come on. Attaboy. Come on. Attaboy. Attaboy. Easy now. Come on.
Come on, get.
Come on.
Get in there, hey.
Okay, Brian. Okay. I'm gonna let Brian shoot him. It's bad enough taking a life. I know I'm a big, tough guy, I kill animals, but it's not that easy to do that end of the job. But in order to feed people, in order to supply any need out there, that has to happen. I don't take huge pride in that. I take pride in everything after that. So no, I don't like to waste a life. So that's why it's important to me out there when we're processing it, we get everything we can out of it so it's not wasted. So I'm Larry Althiser. I'm owner and head meat cutter of Larry's Custom Meats in Hartwick, New York. Our first animal through this new plant was my steer. That wasn't easy. But I wasn't going to, it had to be my steer. It had to be mine. So yeah, it's not easy. And a lot of people, you kill for a living. Well, you know, yeah, I do, but, you know, the animal needs to be treated right. We're on the slaughter floor here, and this is where we take the live animal and make it food for you. Yes, there is a right way and a wrong way. The animal, to me, has to be completely stunned and out of it. That, to me, is the right way. Now, I guess everybody's got an opinion. To hang an animal and just stick it while it's alive, to me, that's wrong. That is totally wrong. We stun them right behind the ears, actually, and actually runs electrical right into their brain, and it happens immediately. They don't feel nothing. The beef we actually shoot with a 22, and they just immediately they're done. But then you have the bleeding process where you have to hang them up by their hind leg on this beam here with that hoist, and we actually bleed them out. It has to be done within 15 seconds. We have to get them up and stuck within 15 seconds. That's the way we like to have it happen. Nice and smooth, quiet. And then we just let them bleed out before we do anything with them. The quicker the better. When they come in, they need to be taken care of right away. They don't need to be looking around, what's going on? They don't need to know that. They just need to come in and that'd be it. The quicker the better. Generally, it should take about an hour to put from that point into the cooler. So if you've got 4 or 5 out here, you're doing 4 or 5 an hour. I take it as a challenge to break down a piece of meat hanging on the rail and get every dollar I can out of it for the value of the customer, because it could take a meat cutter that long to lose 30, 40 bucks. That easy. One slice of a knife in the wrong direction, you just lost it. You just lost every bit that you would have made for the guy. We try to leave all the meat on the carcass and keep the fat on the carcass. That helps protect it in the cooler. Okay. Now we're going to take it up. We're going to bring it over by the hide puller. We'll actually pull the hide off here. The point where it becomes not a live animal and food, and it becomes food, is not really a defined spot with me. It's between two spots. It's from the point when we've bled them to the point where the hide's all off. After that point, for sure, it's food. Somewhere in between those two spots in the process, it does a change. I don't know whether it's the animal, how, whatever, I don't know. Somewhere in there, it changes over to me.
The hide is off. Now we got to take the stuff out of the inside. It's not like a stuffed turkey.
Transparency is important. With what I do, I don't care who walks in and watches me. It doesn't bother me because I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing the best I can for my customers. So if somebody wanted to come in and watch, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because I know I'm doing the best I can and the right thing.
That is a big bandsaw that is called a splitting saw.
The slaughtering process is very physical. Very physical. You're pulling on, I mean, let's face it, you know, you get an animal weighs 1,500 pounds and you got to move it around. Dead or alive, you got to move it around. Alive out there, trying to get them in here without using abuse. You know, you got to coax them in. Once they're dead, it's just dead weight. You got to push around. Yeah, we've got trolleys and rollers up there and rollers to push them down the rail, but you're still pushing a 300 or 400 pound piece of meat down the rail. It's very physical.
Actually, nice looking animal. Yep, it's got a nice fat cover on it. It'll protect it in the cooler for the 2 weeks if they want to hang it. In here, this is a blast chiller. It'll take the heat out of this animal. Within 24 hours, it'll be 34 degrees inside the deepest part. And the reason for that is it stops the growth of any bacteria. Bacteria won't grow as well in 32 to 40 degrees. So we want to get it down there as fast as we can.
I've been cutting meat since 1979. I've been into a few different places. I knew what worked, what didn't work for me. People want to know that they're getting their meat locally, raised from somebody next door, or else raising it themselves. We've got such a wide variety of customers. I've got the little guy that's got one little pig in their backyard and that's all they raise, to people that raise, they've got 30, 40 head and they'll raise and slaughter 4 or 5 animals and they'll sell 4 of those animals, which helps pay their processing for theirs. So I've got a wide variety of different kind of people. Are you ready?
This is a hog scalder. This peels all the hair off. You know how in the store your hams have got that skin on it? This is how it happens. Got your timer? It takes about 4 minutes to do this. It spins around in there and those rubber paddles actually peel because you got 140 degree water in there. It loosens up the hair follicles and then the rubber pads pull it off and it'll come out looking different. Pull it out. Looks good.
A lot of farmers in the area, they needed another out, another income. The milk prices being the way they are, farmers unable to pay their taxes, pay their feed bills. They needed to be able to take their calves that they're getting nothing for in the auction, raise them up and make beef and sell that and put that money in their account to pay their bills. So really I did it to help the farmers. We actually singe the hair, but that little bit that's left, I really believe, I mean, I love everything I do, but I believe that when I take the customer's meat out of the freezer and they see what they've got and they're pleased with what they got, that brings me the most joy. That really does. And the other thing is being able to show people what I know and what I've learned in the last 30 years. I like doing that. So I would say that's probably the two things right there. I'm very proud of this place. Yeah, now you're getting to me.
Being a side of beef, this being the front, this is where the front shoulders are right here, and that's the hind leg. So as you're coming up through, this is where your chuck steaks, chuck fillets, mock tenders, your shoulder for roast or London broil, okay? Your brisket is right here for corned beef. Your short ribs are right here. Your prime rib comes from this section right here, which is my favorite steak. Your short loin is here, where your T-bone porterhouse steaks, your strip steaks are. Your top sirloin steaks are up there. In the front is your sirloin tip, your bottom round. On the inside is your top round roast there, and your tenderloin, which is the most expensive cut of meat, lays underneath this piece of fat right there. Is that what you wanted? Okay? That good?
What have you always wanted to do and you haven't had a chance to do yet? And I just blurted out, I want to build a wooden boat.